Okay, Yush, I'm looking at how to promote you to... Oh, invite to speak. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Here, I'm going to show what I'm looking at here on the... screens. That one. Go live. So, Yush, I can't hear you yet. I'd really like to get text-based communication going. Ah, I wasn't even speaking. I was on mute. So, Ayush, are you on mute, or can you talk? Or you're not muted on this side. Let's see. I want to get text going. Is there? I don't see what the text Q&A or anything like that. Hi, Dhruva. Hi, you say Prathivi? I don't know. Let's see. Show requests. Show chat. I'm also recording a YouTube stream just for the sake of it, for having an online archive. So hopefully that stream turns out okay. Just need to start hearing from Ayush. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sharing the. Okay. Transition. Let's go the stream back over to here. All right. So we paused this preview to save your resources. Okay. So this is just a BeagleY-AI running a bit of an old server image. Let's see how old this image is. Terminal, new terminal. Searcher dog tag. So this one's back in June. So I'm going to flash a new image here live. I just need a USB to micro SD. Oh no, I don't, because this is my computer. Does this have a micro SD slot? No. Yeah, I'm going to need a USB to micro SD adapter. Actually have those laying around. I must have grabbed it in a travel bag. Ayush, I don't know what's going on with your audio. Hopefully you can join in by audio, but also on the it looks like it's on the top right. You should be able to select the chat options so that you can at least type to us. So hopefully we can get messages in the chat. Let's see, existing. Screen capture, existing. So just so you can see, I've got a chat window over here in the right side. I don't remember exactly. There it is. Show chat right there at that button. So I don't know if your session looks a bit like that. I think there's requests to speak, and there should be a Q&A something. I don't know exactly how that works, but anybody should feel free to join in the voice if they want. Yep, so I just need to go find a USB adapter, and I'll reflash this image so that I'm working from the latest, and then I'll start producing a sample Zephyr project, which is something as close as I can get to what's running on the R5s today. I don't know exactly what the situation is there, but I'll try to get something that I can try to load up on the R5. I use USB to micro SD card adapters. I never have any problems finding them. So this is an odd situation for me, but I don't see any of my USB to micro SD card adapters laying around. I'll go grab another computer. That's counterproductive. Ayush, I see you sent a message. So it's not just Q&A, we're actually going to try to do some live development, right? So we actually want to try to solve problems, put in notes about what next steps are, what things we need to go and do and develop. So this is supposed to be a live development session, and that's supposed to help drive questions, right? So whatever questions there are, we'll handle, and we'll try to kind of work through those things live. Man, there was an adapter staring me in the face. Yep, so it is not just Q&A, it is also just live development. So we're going to try to improve the state of development on the on Zephyr on the BeagleY-AI. So this is the BeagleY-AI running, but I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because what is my password? Customized it. Did I remember it right? Let's see. Nope. Yeah, and so kill that. And now I'm going to bring up BB Imager. I'm pulling the micro SD card out. I've already pulled power. pulling the micro SD card out, putting it into my adapter, and yeah, let's see. It wants to go one way or the other. Which way is it? It looks like it goes this way. Oh, you know, it's got a micro SD card specifically connection, so let me do that instead of trying to use the adapter. There we go. Plug in my USB stick. Choose what's interesting here. Testing. Oh, it's a new kernel for the XFC. Let's stay away from the dragons. Let's go to standard 6.1 and oh, nice 128 gig drive. Yep, use my standard customizations. I don't think it'll show anything here, but I've got I'm using beagle.local. Came up BeagleY.local, but I'll just use beagle.local next time. And I'm sure I know that password, and apply those customization settings. Yep, you can flash it. So I'm now starting a flash of the microSD card that I'm going to run my BeagleY on. You can see here that code server stopped running because I did the shutdown on the board, right, and took the SD card out. So my plans, could start doing some of this, right, because I think we want to go to OpenBeagle, BeagleY. I don't think we have a Zephyr group or Zephyr anything in here. I don't know. Yeah. Code. Let's just slide this out of view real quick. Oops. Just in case anybody knows my password. And it's Oh, I didn't get it right. I typed the wrong one. Yep. Does not exist, right? So let's do a. I'm showing a little much there. I'm just going to go ahead and make a new subgroup and call it Zephyr, just so we have a place to kind of throw things. Where people can kind of see it, and then I'll make a project and I'll call it planning, so we can talk about what we're going to do. And we can make issues and milestones here. I just want a place to kind of take some notes. Meanwhile, just waiting for this to flash. Oh my goodness. Dhruva, are you not able to hear me? So it looks like at least Discord knows that I'm speaking. And I've got a screen share up, but yeah, I'm speaking. I'm talking about what I'm doing here to oh wait, you can't hear me either. What is that about? Oh, but you can hear Ayush. I cannot hear Ayush. Oh man. I wonder, since I made him speaker, Well, I can see that Discord is hearing me. If you see, like right here, right there, where my on my screen. Let's go ahead and let's blow this. Oh no, it's plenty big. So right here on the screen. Well, let's stop doing it now. Test, test, test. You see how it highlights me? My microphone is on. User setting. I've taken over.
Hello.
Hey, I can hear you now. Can you hear me? Oh, Dhruva can hear me now. Ayush, you can't hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, what was that? Hello, L. Randers. Sharing my screen here so you can see, but so I thought Ayush, I heard you at one point, and did it stop? I don't think OBS is taking over my microphone because otherwise, oh, is it only when I'm highlighting the Discord app that I can actually speak? If I highlight Discord, does that help? I can see Discord reacting to every time I speak, so the application is at least getting my audio. And Ayush has stopped entirely. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, world. Trying to get used to using Discord for broadcasting and streaming.
I think Jason's audio is not working right now, so I can speak for adjusting your audio.
Ayush, is that you speaking?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here.
Hi there. Can you not hear me at
So,
all?
Jason, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
No, I cannot hear you at least. Maybe you can check if like voice connected is showing on the bottom left. For me, from my college network, it could not connect to Discord server for some reason. So I had to use my mobile data.
I'm not understanding. I did it boost my gain on my microphone. Did that help at all? Did boosting my microphone help at all? I have to cut down the recording volume, the stream volume on my mic because now it's so hot that it's saturating the recording. But I just turned it down. All right, let's do the check. Let's check. Hi there. Looks like it's good. I'm seeing lots of movement here. I can hear myself come back into my head. So it's not Discord getting the audio. It's what Discord does with it once it gets it. What if I turn the gain off? If I turn the gain setting off, does that help at all? What if I turn on QoS? Does QoS prioritize the delivery of the voice in any way that helps it get through? Diagnostic audio recording is used for analyzing audio problems. The last 5 minutes is saved to voice module folder. That's not really all that helpful. Does it go into crisp? Do I see any of these logs changing file size? I can refresh here. No. Not with crisp. Let's see voice. Let's see today 9/24. So that's the recording. WebRTC. Got me, man. Oh, No, I'm not. Oops.
For me, only Firefox window is visible.
Um,
Yeah, it does seem to show voice connected, and it is animated here.
yeah,
Okay.
I was on the YouTube stream. Sorry. I was sharing it on the wrong screen because I have OBS running that was kind of blending it. But I went through all of the settings. I thought you guys could see me, but I went through all the voice settings here, and like I did this let's check, and you can see that it's going fine here. Um, yep. So
It might just be Piper behaving weirdly. Maybe just restart Discord, I guess. Yeah, I also feel like another application has kind of taken control or something for the audio. It's a Snap application.
I hate Discord. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible to me.
Okay. Oh man, that was a slow start. 30 minutes in, and all we've done is debug Discord. Let's.
Yeah, either Discord or maybe Piper. Can be either at this point.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that, we've had enough time now for the micro SD card flashing to complete.
Nice.
Of course, this is good. Let me insert my micro SD card and power up my board again, so I'll have the latest 6.1 kernel XFC image off of BB Imager. Can I hear you when you speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yep, I still can. Perfect. Oh, did I lose the... No, I did not lose this window. So I'm just trying... So this is supposed to be both a working session and a Q&A, right? So we're supposed to be actively working on like solving problems that people bring up in the chat, answering their questions, as well as just like it's a working session, right? So it's we're really focused here in this time to be just Zephyr on BeagleY-AI, right? This is kind of aligned with the priority to improve the developer experience for people on Zephyr in general, and to make kind of BeagleY-AI the best and easiest way to get there.
Yeah.
And so hoping to do this really in the open, to be able to crowdsource it a little bit better. and let people know exactly where we're at. Right. So instead of just kind of developing in a vacuum, right? Let's develop here in the wide open, so that people know that what we're working on every week, and they can join in, help out, ask questions, get unblocked for their own development, and hopefully get inspired about things that they can do.
Yeah. So, like, do we have something already working with Zephyr on BeagleY-AI, or are we just starting?
There's been work on the lists, right? So let me. What am I sharing? Okay, I'm sharing that. So on, let's see, Zephyr context switch with all the different projects. But if you search, there's been work on certainly TDA 4VM. Right. This should show pull. Oh, I want to look pull requests. Right. So there's some initial R5 support on J721E. Right. On BeagleY-AI, we're using J722S, or AM67A. But this was some work to provide some initial support. So this would largely be our starting point.
Are you sharing your screen or something?
Oh my goodness! I stopped sharing my screen once I rebooted.
Yeah.
What's my native screen? Oh, yeah. You have to unlock native. Not getting nitro. Sorry, not happening. Yeah, so this is a pull request for initial R5 support in Zephyr. This should be a suitable starting point for us to look at something similar on BeagleY-AI, and so a lot of the integration should really look very similar. Of course, the actual registers and things will, there'll be some specific differences. But here we're using the remote proc for doing the loading. Right, and like we just want to just initially just get something up basic that doesn't have a whole lot of I/O. They have provided initially, I think, two ways of communicating between. I'm not sure about but the main one is they enable an external UART, right? So, what we should be able to do is on the BeagleY-AI connect an external UART to header pins, so that have a UART on the R5, and do that for initial bring up, and then go from there to doing RP message, right? So
Yeah.
And then because using shared memory and the queues, the notification queues, and essentially be able to stream debug messages back and forth.
Yeah.
So we can kind of go through and look at the details of this. We can try to pull in other people as we need. But we should be able to figure out what we need to do and get it started so that we can put Zephyr on the R5.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put down some kind of milestone points, things we need to do.
I think the best would be to get the hello world sample from upstream Zephyr working,
Sure.
since that will be like kind of the first PR if we are upstreaming support to Zephyr.
Um, to like debug a hello world.
Yeah, we have support for the RPI debug probe as well on BeagleY-AI, I think.
What do we have?
Raspberry Pi debug probe.
Raspberry Pi debug. Oh, the debug probe. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could use the debug probe, but I mean, it doesn't really necessarily have the right pin connections. I think um, like something with fly leads, like an FTDI. Um, right, but I think this is going to be over the hat pins. Oh, good catch. Druva just showed that there's already some initial BeagleY. I was saying that I just jumped straight to looking for.
this commit is outside the fault. Where is the main repository for this? Can I search on PRs?
Oh, is it? Um, Not in PR. Okay, it's just a work in progress. But it's a commit on the main.
So for me, it's showing the commit does not belong to any branch.
Oh, okay. It's
So,
interesting
like,
that
is
this
there a
repo
base
even has a reference
repository?
for it, but there's no pull
Yeah,
request. That's strange, not to do a pull request. Makes it even harder to find. So good find, Druva. Um, I know Druva was working on the TDA 4 VM version. So if you would like the stage, we're happy to join you, add you to the voice, Druva. I'll go ahead and
yeah.
send an invite, and you can choose to accept it or not.
This
All
commit
right.
looks really good. It has GPIO, UART.
I don't know which UART it goes to. All right. I'm assuming that this is also UART. Yeah. Here's Pinmux settings. Oh, it's
It
using.
seems to
It's using
be
this.
like
The Say again.
it. It seems to be like taking the BeagleY 64 PR as a starting point. So I can see a lot of references to BeagleBone 64 here. So it might not like all work.
Sure. Um, but we should be able um, to try it and actually start getting some feedback, so we can put this into a CI flow initially, to do a compilation, and then eventually just do some Hello World projects on native build.
Yeah, as soon as we can get the upstream discussion started, it would be good.
Sorry, we need a discussion.
Uh, I mean, a PR started because like there will be a lot of discussion in any kind of PR, as we have seen from Beagle Play as well.
Sure, but let's I mean, let's not be held up by that. I agree. Let's get some discussion going, and make a PR. But we can, you know, also be, proactive in getting out there and testing some of this, right? So yeah, it still says still says AI64 in the commit, right? So we can provide some edits to this commit and make some improvements. All right, where am I looking for? I've got the, I was looking for the UART config, so I was just trying to put that in the notes. They were using like the main UART one. Is that the UART that they're planning on using? Where's the device tree for? Okay, R5 main, CPU 0, but it's not setting like a chosen or preferred. I thought I saw one device tree earlier. Oh, this is the DTSI, not the main DTS. Console UART. Here's the main DTS. Alright, so chosen is console UART 1. I'm going to copy these out of here because if we're going to connect these to a debug header, we're going to want to know what those are. But it looks like we don't even need Linux. It looks like those can directly be, the pen control is being modified by Zephyr, is that right? So it's just directly hacking the Pinmux pins?
Yep.
All right, well, do no evil. That really is it's I don't know if there's like a backlog of like share resources between Linux and Zephyr the right way. So that's MPU UART 1. Well, let's so let's make a import a project from a URL.
Okay, last commit was 4 months ago.
I'm sorry?
Here is. I'm just posting the link for the fork that the commit belongs to here.
Okay. It's weird that the commit's actually on the tree though. Yeah, it's a big project to clone. There it goes. Of course, our CI is not going to build on this one, right? We're going to want to, but we want to try to cherry pick some of these commits, right? So let's start by cherry picking this. It looks like this patch might depend on the AI64 being in there already, right?
Yeah, so like Dhruva has posted the link in our chat for the diff with main, and I've also posted the link for the main, like upstream fork repository.
Okay.
So we can cherry pick from that.
Let's call this BeagleY-AI R5 hacking. That's a long message. Oh, I guess we should be able to. Random, just showing that the BeagleY did reboot. My new name for it was Beagle.local, so just connect it up over Ethernet. And
Yep.
yeah, trust the authors. Oops, I didn't select the folder. Oh well. Nice fresh September 4th image. Okay, I need the URL for the pull request. Oh no, that's a better idea. Just to go straight to the Oh no, if I want the sorry, I want this URL first. I want to where I'm going to push it is here. He's got the BeagleY branch. Let's use that. What branch am I on? BeagleY. Where did I pull it from? Okay, what's wrong here? Because there shouldn't be a branch like called BeagleY-AI here.
What URL link from?
Yeah, there's no branch like that. So why would it? Why is Zephyr? Oh, I tried to push it to main. Okay, no, I don't want to put. I want to push BeagleY-AI. I'm just trying to make it. So yeah. Why would I not be able to create that branch? Okay. I mean, I should be on a branch. Oh, I'm on a branch called main?
Yeah, you never created
But no, I did a checkout.
the branch.
I did this
So,
checkout. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to force push then. All right. Okay, I didn't really read the error. BeagleY-AI R5 source BeagleY-AI. Name the branch BeagleY-AI. I didn't realize I was on the main branch. Git push -u BeagleY-AI hacking BeagleY-AI. It's going to reject it because there's a main now. But let's kill that one. There we go. All right, now we've got into a tree here a copy of this work. I'm not even signed into GitHub. That's what I get for restarting my computer. We've got a and let's go ahead and set that to the default branch since that's all this repository is going to be used for. Branch defaults, Beagle. Alright, so this is a good place to kind of do some work on a BeagleY-AI. We can do some cleanup on this. Yeah.
yeah.
I guess I don't know how much we should do rewriting of history. I'm gonna try to keep the history clean on this branch, I think, and do another dev so now I've got a dev branch. So we can look at some of the changes he did here. Like I think it's in the last commit, so we can git show it as well, right? Let's look for AI64 and clean that stuff up while I'm thinking about it anyway. Looks like the doc just wasn't even really considered. Even if I just remove that stuff, it's better than. I don't know what this. What the convention is there if it's always underscores for splitting it up. I'm sure watching me type in random stuff like this is not that interesting. We don't have a wake up domain in Do we? Do we have a wake up domain in? We probably do, but I don't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and we also have a limitation in terms of. I think there's only one R5 that we have access to it. I don't know that there's R5s in the other. In other domains besides the MCU. I think this patch kind of shows. Is this all the same? So we're only talking about one R5. There might be other R5s, but we're only exposing programming for one of them. Yeah. How do I do the, oh, it's this to do and a double. All right. I don't know if this really taught me much of anything. So this would be helpful to fix. So this is hat pin. Do we know where this is? So we can look at.
I'm trying to find it in the schematics.
Let's use pinout, right? So it's UART1. We should have the pin numbers. UART1 is Alt2 mode. So that looks like the right mode right there. So it's going to be hat pins 8 and 10. Just go here. This is UART1 C27. Let's just make sure it's the right ball. Is there any more information on this pin? I thought there was a detailed view of the ball numbers that are connected. Oh, there it is. C27 is on 10, and this other one should be F24. And it is F24.
Yeah, 24 and C27, 8 and 10.
Eight is F24, which is TX. And remember, the RX and TX are from the perspective of the board, right? So when you connect up to it, right, these should be, I don't know how they show these in the UART mode, but
So do we have
8 is
link to this
TX.
pinout site anywhere?
Pardon? Do we have the what?
In the docs, is the link to the pinout beagleboard.io site present anywhere?
Yeah. If you go to the main page for the board, BeagleY-AI, then the documentation should link back to it, but we've also got in the resources section, there's a link to the pinout. So that's linked off of the main product page, right? If you go to the documentation and you get into the quick start, there should also be a link. I'm not positive, but that's what I saw just on the quick start. All the flashing, USB tethering, connecting to Wi-Fi, demos and tutorials. Wow, that's a miss.
Yeah, because like in the chat, people do not seem to know that this even exists. And like,
yeah, if you
this
didn't
is
know
what
that
really
existed, that's a big miss. We should be advertising that all over the place. It should be right in the introduction and the quick start. Yeah, I don't see any link to it. I don't even see like the quick start is supposed to also include links to these getting started demos, like not like all of the detailed, demos and tutorials. But the fact that there's only links here for like booting from NVMe drives, that's not what you want for getting started. So that's put some place for actions. Where's my links to pinout and other demos in the quick start section. The GPIO section, you've got some of this pin numbering, like the hat 8 and whatnot, but there should be a link here as well. Looks like it's pretty deep down. Going further. Wow, that's buried.
maybe we can just that provide feedback but thing to create a title and stuff for adding this in the future.
Oh, there's one right at the beginning. You should. Sorry, it's hard for me to understand. The audio is a little bit crackly. Can you say it again?
Yeah, I was saying that we can use the provide feedback link on the right hand side to maybe add it as a to do or something.
Oh, okay.
I think this
But not for this
creates an
page, right?
issue
I think it may be okay on this page. Let's provide that on the quick start page.
Yeah.
We want pinout to be featured. Pinout guide. Predominant. I don't know. Predominant. Oh, I missed a T. Predominant. And I missed a. Yeah. Links to all the usage demos, like generate an issue. I don't know who all. I don't know who all knows about our feedback. This is a great way to get I don't know, who should we assign this to? I'll just leave it unassigned. This is a great way to get feature or requests into the documentation, right? So if you have an Open Beagle account, just clicking the feedback button on the there's two places you can get the feedback. You can get feedback for the whole page here, or you can get feedback on a particular section here. And you can say if it's like an issue or just an idea that you had, or just kind of general feedback. So for those that didn't know about that, that's a super useful thing. So thanks to Yush for pointing that out. Not just putting it in the chat, but getting it in a place where we'll actually find it to go fix it later. All right, now getting back to anything else that we want to definitely touch in this, right? I can just remove that. Boards, BeagleY-AI. Oh, BeagleY-S. Oh, it's doc assets. Let's remove that. Where can we find a quick image? Like, we should be able to find one in the introduction here, right? So is this one WebP?
You can open image in a new tab to see, I guess.
It's JPEG. Do we have kind of like an official image? I guess the BeagleY-AI page would be the place to kind of find the official image. It's WebP. I don't want to rename it. Boards, Beagle, YI, doc assets. Oh, it deleted the directory. Alright, I guess we can put the link to the image in here. I already did. Assets BeagleY-AI. Did it? Oh, it doesn't have it added. I think that's what I named it. Yep, BeagleY-AI.
Yep.
Well, it's an update. It didn't make any functional differences, but touch some code at least. Touch some. That went on to dev. Okay. Oh, this is a nice one that actually had the breakout of the features, though. Where do we have one of those? We got this one. Oh, and it's a WebP image too. This is a much better one.
Yep.
For throwing into documentation, right?
Let me just see what codes normally have their images. with this Beagle Connect Freedom. So yeah, this an image under overview, and I guess we would want one under connections and IO.
What connections?
There will we will probably need to create, or I think it's already present, connections and IO kind of heading, and you can have
Yeah.
the pinout in that section.
It so a section in the doc that has what the pinout should be.
Yeah.
Then we should also link it back to this, right? So no, it's my brain saying there was something else. Oh. That link's right, and that. Yep. All right. You said there's a section where we can put pinout, like in this interface. Well,
I guess we do not have that. So like the R5 core, what output or like pins is it? Does it have access to? Like, are all of the header pins available to it?
it can access the entire memory map, or well, within some limitations. Like it has its own memory map, but there's some overlay. Let's see. Is that copy link? I feel like these links don't always work because they're versioned, but that's how they did this other one. So this, let's look a little bit at the, so the, like we don't have, these are different cores, right? So let's go ahead and look a little bit at this. Note that R5 core always sits local AT. So that's some memory, because it sees the peripherals that are in the kind of main space somewhere. Can we? It's going to go the PDF version, which of course I already had downloaded, but. How do I get this one? Oh, that's not the. It doesn't have a TOCV. There it is. And it's TCM. I really dislike TI's habit of just using acronyms for everything, or these abbreviations. I get that they're kind of placeholders, but they're not always the most searchable. TCM.
So Dhruva just said that it refers to tightly coupled memory. I think that's the form.
Can you say again? I'm not. You're breaking.
Tightly coupled memory.
Ah, okay. Tightly coupled memory. You see, if they just said tightly coupled memory, it would make sense. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. And it looks like there's these different banks of tightly coupled memory. All right. So there's a 32 KB instruction cache. Ah. I don't know if there's anything else to the L1 memory subsystem. Oh, because each one of these is part of it. I don't think I need to put the... per CPU, it's a dual core. That's interesting. So do we have access to both cores running independently? Only, okay, dual core mode. Are we limited somehow to single core mode?
Boot time configurable to be single or dual core.
I'm sorry, can you say again? Boot time
No, I was
configurable. So
just
whatever we're
reading.
booting to.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're booting to single core mode. Only one operating CPU core in single core mode. So it looks like at boot time we could configure it to run dual core, because it looks like there are two cores in here.
Yeah.
But we're only using CPU 0.
Dhruva also clarified in the chat. Currently, the board supports single core.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my... Where's my Discord here? There we go. What else do we need to know about L1, right? So we've got the instruction and data caches, and I've got 64K of TCM, tightly coupled memory, that's broken into why does it say 128K in total per core? Why does it say if it's only got 64K per CPU, do we really have access to both in single core mode? Looks like we do. So presumably we still have a region address translation. Just make sure there's no address changes to it or anything like that. So why does it switch from being, is BTCM the same as TCMB? Right, because it calls this TCMA and TCMB 0 and 1. Is that the same as ATCM and BTCM? Like, why does it change from... I'm guessing just different people wrote the sections.
Yeah, TCMA or ATCM in brackets. I think both of them are same thing.
The same, TCMA is the same as ATCM?
Yeah, on the left side you can see like searching for TCMA brings up ATCM.
Why? Okay. Which one am I supposed to call it? TCMA or ATCM? I have two 3-letter acronyms to search for, or 4-letter acronyms. All right, so this is the main memory map on the CPU, all right? This is all A53 addresses, right? So $7840. So this is different, right? Because this outputs a 36-bit address, I think it said.
Yeah, I think it was either 36.
I'm just going to use consistent This is the memory mapping from the A53 to the memory usable by the R5. Note that the R5 always sees its local TCMA address and its TCM B0, TCM B1. It's only have one core. And we have one DDR. TCMA should be 64 there a way to? What's the right way to put a title on a?
Uh, I'm not sure what comes after stars in RST. Let's see.
It's hard. It's so hard to hear you.
Yeah, I was just searching for like what comes up for subheading in RST after like stars they are using in the previous one.
It's very interesting to me that this is. You know what? I should just do these in terms of.
So Dhruva is saying that Prashant already introduced DaVinci GPIO support, so we probably just need to check if it also works in J722E or
I'm not. I don't know what you're saying. They introduced what support?
DaVinci GPIO support. I think it's referring to GPIO on AI64.
I'm not hearing the word of what you're saying of what they're enabling support on.
GPIO support on AI64.
Oh, GPIO. Okay, GPIO. Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll probably only need to like check if the same thing works for Y as well.
For sure. So why is this only 32 kbytes? TCMA, right? According to the memory map, so 8 core 0 ATCM or whatever should be the same memory as 64K. Oh, okay. The 64K is broken up into two, so there's not 128. It just looks weird when all 64K is available as TCMA, but that's its local, and then this is remote, right? Or yeah, this is essentially the other core. But that means it has more than one. And dual core it only has 32K. 64K per, so that's 128K. In single core mode, TCM is 128K in total. That's stupid to say per core because there's only one core, so don't say that. That must mean that
TCMA might be shared between both of them.
well, no, but it's 64 per core, right? So right, for each, oh, this doesn't make sense. So each has its own TCM. Well, it doesn't really say which is TCM A and. Yeah, it's providing 64-bit out. So the RAT, though, it should only go 36. I don't get it. If anybody from TI is listening, fix your docs here. This doesn't make sense.
Let me see. Dhruva has some idea.
What is Pulsar UL anyway? Wake up R5. So this is like specifying. Is that? That sounds like a different R5 to me. So there's. So that might be just the one for the booting. Alright, is there one besides wake up? Because I thought it should be main. Yep, there's MCU, so it's MCU R5. I think that's the one we want to program is MCU. This says 32K. Well, how is ATCM 32K if it can be 128K? Oh, there's another one. Okay. I'm looking at the right. So why is there one programmable, but there's still 3 subsystems? Okay. How are we in time? We still have another 27 minutes. So BTCM just no consistency there. Does it have a memory map for the DDR? Maybe we use the address translation, the RAT, in order to try to get to that. Oh, did I copy the wrong one? BTCM's here. 41. Looks like they're the same for all of them. The BTCM is at that address, and the ATCM, which should be its local, I just don't understand why it's only 32K.
On their data sheet, it shows 64 KB DCM with ECC in total.
It shows, I'm sure it shows what?
On the data sheet, processor data sheet, it only seems to show 64 KB DCM with ECC for R5.
64K
in total, I think.
So
in
the
the link that
data
you were
sheet is
provided.
different than the TRM. I mean, because the TRM here clearly says in the functional overview, right? It's 64K per CPU, not 32K. Now, it says 32K of ATCM, but then it says when it's in single core mode that, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't make sense for it to go into okay, look at this note. I'm just sorry. Look at this note. Now, is that broken down into TCM-A and TCM-B and like
Yeah, so I think the total TCM like combining A and B is 64, so it's 32 when broken down.
well, I will remove all references to 64.
So I think that in single core mode, like I pulled up the docs myself, and so what it says is that CPU 0 is the only operating core, and CPU 1 TCMs are stacked on CPU 0 TCMs, and are accessible by only CPU 0 and CPU 0 TCM interface. So I think what the docs say 3232 is for dual core mode, and in single core you have 64 for both.
So what's the answer as to how much there is?
It it seems to be 64 as long as you are in single core mode. It basically like stacks the CPU one TCMs on top of it in a way. So 32 of CPU 0 and 32 of CPU 1.
Okay.
It's on page number, what's the page number here? 745 in section 7 to 7.2.2.2.2.
745.
Yeah, I think that's the one. So in single core mode, in the beginning of the page itself. Uh, yeah, in from the in single core mode.
Yeah, it's essentially doubled, but so we're just supposed to double the sizes of the. Yeah, just why in the other doc? Why is it so inconsistent? And I'm just going to say 64 TCMB because I don't see what value it provides in saying that there's two separate ones. Right, but there's two different addresses. Let's just simplify this. And we'll validate this.
Yeah.
So where's the shared region? What did they actually allocate anyway? Boards, Beagle, BeagleY. ATCM. They didn't even, okay. Where's my DTSI? Oh, it's shared in a TI folder. Include. TI. No, it's going to be in like an SOC folder. Or it's probably in a DTS folder. 7, yep. So let's go to no. So is there an SOC include directory? Where do these things come from? Oh.
In SOC TI K3.
DTS or TI. Brings in main, ATCM. Yeah, it only allocates 32K. That's not right. Okay. Where is DDR? Is it map DDR? Vim, pin control, MCU, GPIO. So it looks like the GPIO might
So
be there.
DDR is in boards BeagleY-AI DTS, the main DTS for the board basically. Yeah.
Why are there two DDRs? This is a remnant from AI64. We only have a single DDR. Unless there's some type of breakdown, MMIO, SRAM, and Zephyr compatible Zephyr memory region. Why is there two? Who do we AFD? Zephyr. This only true for SK, and we should remove for BeagleY-AI question mark. Yeah. So the A200, let's just say that that one's there, and for the main processor shared memory map, right? So that's going to be in the Linux device tree, right? Let's see what's upstream. Kernel.org. What is it? Torvalds anyway. Tree, Arch, ARM64, boot, DTS, Beagle, or is it going to be TI?
It will be TI, I think. There's no Beagle.
Oh, it's not upstream? Oh, it's going to be in... I know Robert sent out patches, but... yeah, it's only got 32K mapped in the, oh, this is the MCU one. And we want the main, or this one. But those both only have 32K mapped. That's 32K. Where's its main memory? Is there a chunk out of main memory for the remote proc shared space? Do we even need it if we can start with just the shared memory and the ATs, the tightly coupled memory? Just be nice to have some bigger buffers for some data streaming. Yeah, I know we can continue with just the ATCM. I'm just wanting to kind of right now, just kind of doing a lot of discovery, just to kind of see what's. But it looks like there's nothing upstream, so we'd have to go into. You were saying?
Yeah, so Dhruva just said that you can continue with just a TCM.
Sure, I'm probably wasting a lot of time in discovery here. I just I don't know what testing's been done, right? So I'm just kind of trying to when I don't know when I don't know or believe that any testing's been done, I'm just kind of motivated to look at all the bits before starting to actually trying to run anything. There's the DDR right there. I don't know if there's anything in the R5 subsystem because, like, there's main shared DMA region. What's the chances it's at the same address? That seems strange. So that means that the R5 memory map that's a weird memory map. It's like it's just the interrupt controller memory map. Where's the overall memory map? So, oh, it's under interrupt controller. Let's see. No? Yeah, it is. So where's the memory map? Functional description, memory view. I don't know, maybe they both use the same address. That's weird. I thought I saw... E2 and then 6 zeros. Yuck. Is that at the top of some region or something? That must be but 1 megabyte. Seems like a strange location to be at the top of something. So there's probably other stuff after it. Where's my Linux window go? A2, yeah, there's other stuff after it. So this is, if we can't actually use these other regions, no, it's 8.1, then, well, we use the C7. Oh, so the DMA region and Why would we have anything other than like a DMA? It's like a CPU shared region. All right. But okay. So it looks like that's our name. Myers. It's only one. Okay. Why is it at 784? Is that their control register location? Oh, there's two of them. There's more. Okay. So maybe some of these are used for, this is MCU, and we want main, right? So MCU, is that what gets used for like the DSP management? Which R5 cores are used for Edge AI? Right, hopefully we're not the one we're trying to get to, which I think is this main. I think it's that one. And sys class remote proc. None of our message rules are here. Can I increase the font on this? What happens if I just blow it up? So this is, yeah, none of this is, that's all TDA4, J7. So it looks like none of the symlinks have been done yet. Just need to add this to our to-dos. But it looks like the names are already updated in sys class remote proc. What is it called? Name? No. Doesn't like my control E. Name. There we go. So the firmware, there we go. So the firmware names are there, right? So already associated with that. So when we put in lib firmware in that location is what will get loaded. I wonder if we should name it AM67. It's also so very confusing. Alright, no firmware files for it. Alright, next thing is to build Hello World. We'll do that next time. Ayush, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably killed too much time on this, but
I will also try out some stuff later.
okay. Make sure notes and make sure you can share next time what you did.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you in a week about this anyway. We'll probably talk before then on something else.
Sure. We should probably post a link to the Open Beagle repository in the thread as well, I guess.
Yep, makes sense. Not too many windows. I don't know where this thread goes once we end the stage, so we'll figure that out. Yeah, there was a question. The changes I've made here are all going into that. They're going to go into the right now it's this branch, BeagleY-AI dev branch. I'll go ahead and switch that to be the default branch. And then we'll kind of merge things into BeagleY-AI as they get cleaned up a little bit. So what changed? Still haven't made any code changes, so all docs changes, just trying to understand what's going on. And I will go ahead and change this to default to the dev branch for now. So when you go there, that's what you'll see. All right. Thanks for everybody for showing up. It's a little bit trying to see how the sausage is made, right? So this was our kind of first discovery. Plan on moving a lot faster moving forward. Hopefully you get to get something useful out of this, and hopefully other people will join us next week. Trying to keep it developing in the open, right? That's the main point of this. So anybody's kind of welcome to join in. Ultimately, this will help trying to make some of the documentation that we're going to use to try to communicate what's being done, right? So once we get this recorded, then other folks can kind of follow up and document and pull interesting bits out of it, so that we got some kind of raw material. So if you don't make a session, eventually all this stuff will be kind of boiled down to something more comprehensible. But this is a great place to show up with your questions and try to solve some of those things live. So thanks everyone for attending, and we're going to start doing this every week until Zephyr on BeagleY-AI is the easiest possible thing you can do for developing with Zephyr. Okay, bye all.
Bye.
Yeah.